How I've beaten InUrFace and Puhzy. Hello there, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. First of all, I'm not officially coming out of retirement, not yet. Actually, I have some unfinished business with two certain Call of Duty cheaters. 2 months ago in September, I had challenged InUrFace and Puhzy to a wager in a game I declared was unhackable. The game is Star Wars Battlefront II. The challenge was that I would 1v to them in a 5-match wager with the existence of my YouTube channels. I was also willing to offer 2 copies of SWBF2 as a courtesy only, according to the assumption that neither of them could afford it. Note: a courtesy and an objective are 2 different things. Purchasing the games was not the objective. The date, time, and matches were more on this later. Immediately after the video where I requested the challenge, both of them were reluctant to accept the challenge, and InUrFace sent me a friend request. This prompted me to expect Puhzy to also send me one, but it never came. I asked InUrFace to remind him to add me, and all I got in response was a rant. In this rant, he proclaimed that I was an asterisk virgin, faggot, etc. Same as usual, but what was unusual was a proclamation from InUrFace claiming that he makes more money than me. I may as well refer to him by his real name at this point, Malcolm Holteen. Malcolm bragged about financial superiority. This completely contradicts my assumption that they both were broke and could not afford the game. By offering the game according to the assumption that he couldn't afford it, I had trapped them both in a dilemma. Either they buy the games themselves to meet the challenge, or admit their financial disadvantages, which was a confession that the egos of the latter would never admit. My assumption was integral, and because of his rant regarding his superior finances, it prompted me to not even bother buying him the game. According to him, he clearly could afford it. Even if I asked Malcolm today if his finances are in the tank or were during that challenge, he would just simply deny it. I had released a video on YouTube depicting the process of me buying 2 copies of the game when I was denied at the last second by Steam's currency policy. I have gifted many games to multiple Steam friends and associates who resided in the United States before the gifting policy changed. I will admit that I had forgotten about Steam's new policy because back in 2017 I had assumed it was a mistake that they would fix because people were unhappy about it. I will agree that I had violated my own wager by not remembering Steam's new trade policy, but the setbacks of this policy are not enough to cost me my victory in this wager, because Malcolm and Puhzy violated the wagers agreement at least 3 times. The final paragraph of the challenge had a date and a time. At 12 p.m. PST on that 28th of September, both individuals had to accept the challenge and show up, as in going online. Malcolm demanded a match prior to the date during his rant. Remember when I said I was calling the shots? This was the first violation of the wagers. That date was also important because both, not just one of you, had to come online by noon that day. However, neither of them was. The following day I had checked Malcolm's Steam profile and he had not been online for 3 days. It didn't help that Puhzy never connected with me on Steam either. Not showing up was the second violation of the terms. Remember when I said gifting the game as a courtesy only if Malcolm and Puhzy couldn't afford it? After the challenge ended with my victory, everybody associated with Malcolm capitulated because I did not buy him the game. Well, I shall counter-capitulate by reminding you that Malcolm ranted about his superior finances, meaning he had full capability to buy the game himself, making me buy the game when he clearly could afford it, thus lying to me for a free Steam game he might not even play, or to milk a Steam gift card off of me, is the third and final violation of the terms. The violation where I didn't buy Malcolm the game is contradicted by the violation that he could buy it if he wanted. Either these 2 violations cancel each other out, leaving Malcolm and Puhzy with 2 violations, or both are acquitted and the score is 3 violations to 1. If we are gonna play the violations of the wager card to contest my victory, then I will remind the losers that they had violated 3 of the terms while I had only violated 1 of them. That's an automatic win for me. Do not debate your loss. You can pat yourselves on the back and suck each other's dicks of the opinion that you won my wager over a technicality until the cows come home, but at the end of the day, you're entitled only to your opinion. Nice try though. I had won the wager that day. I'm not satisfied with my victory because I never got the chance to shoot down and dominate Malcolm Holteen, but a win is a win and I will take it even if it was because of 3 technical violations versus 1. Fee. If you did go online and contact me on that Saturday, rather than using a VPN to buy games against Steam's trade terms, which would yield consequences I do not need, I would have bought SWBF2 onto fake Steam accounts and given you both the passwords. I also didn't think about this until after I won the wager. That's how I've beaten InUrFace and Puhzy, FPSX.